York. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
NFL. New rules. Now, I'm hearing behind the scenes the owners who voted quote-unquote unanimously, even though I'm hearing the ownership of the 49ers didn't vote. But they're saying voted unanimously on a new rule that would require the players to stand during the national anthem if they take the field.
Right.
Stand, boy.
They also stand, boy.
Boy.
You have no power, boy. Or you could stay your black ass in the locker room. Mm-hmm. And if you do kneel when you hit the field, your team will be fined. The Jets ownership has come out and say, we'll pay the fine. If our players kneel, we'll pay the fine. We stand by our players.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I might watch some Jets games this year.
That's how you feel?
That's how I feel.
That's how they want you to feel.
I mean, listen.
Because are they really standing for something out here?
I don't know, but they pay for it.
They pay.
They support. You know, they support it with money.
That's what Cash One says. What do you say?
How many Jets players actually kneeled?
I don't know.
I don't think any kneeled last year. They did the arm in arm jammy last year. And then the arm in arm jammy.
So none of our players kneel, but if they do, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
All right,
we got to check.
I want to change that. I might watch the first game and see if anybody kneels.
And the reason I'm pointing that out is because Jets ownership, after saying that, came out with a statement that said, look, last year we did a great job coming together as a team and we've done great community work, and this year we're going to do the same to figure out what is the best way that we move as a team.
All right.
But you know what that's code for. We're going to do exactly what we did last year.
Right.
Nothing.
Damn.
However, great PR stunt on behalf of the Jets, because you know they need all the help they could get in this town and around the league, because ain't nobody watching that. But they are, I'm telling y'all, they are playing both sides to the middle. If you're not paying attention, let me explain. They know that there are people who are mad
Yes.
about kneeling. They know people who are mad that players and are not watching because of kneeling, and then are not watching just because the NFL has mishandled this whole situation and has mishandled
Completely.
Colin Kaepernick and blackballed him from the league. We all see what that is. So on both sides, they know that there are people upset. Then there's a lot of people in the middle who's just like, I just want to watch football. But to create an opportunity here with this new rule, it's, if you're out on the field, don't kneel. You can stay in the locker room, though, so they're playing both sides.
Right.
But they're also still making it about the national anthem.
That's what I'm saying. They're making it about the flag. Because you keep implying that those people that were kneeling weren't respecting the flag. And I really don't think that's it. It's not that they weren't respecting the flag. They're kneeling for a cause, for a human cause. And they continue to make it about the flag. And that, to me, you're just completely dismissing it.
Of course they are.
That's
You're
it.
distracting the game.
So how do you feel about the new NFL rule? Do you like it? Do you don't like it? What do you honestly feel about it? Let's go to Rick in the BX. Rick.
Hey, what's happening, bro? Lord Styles.
How are you?
What's up,
What's
Rick?
going on, man? What would you like to say about the new NFL rule?
I like it. I think if you don't want to stand, stay in the locker room. You don't have a First Amendment right when you're at work. You're at work.
And I do hear that a lot, right? Like I hear people say, oh, it's their right. They have a right, the First Amendment. And I hear, but see, the problem is I hear it both sides from people who are actually in law and constitutional law, where there are people that I know that are in constitutional law that have said you do have the right of free speech and you're protected. And I've also heard that you're not protected at work and it's your job's right to impose rules that they set in place.
Okay.
So I've heard both sides. If anybody has any clarity on that, would love to hear more on that.
Yeah, but, I think we got to really look at it in a way is you're at work. And I get what you're saying, Laura. It's an issue. But, you can't stand on the radio and say certain things. You stand for certain things. But when you're at work, Your employer tells you what you can and can't say. If you
Yeah,
wanna sit-
we don't. That
if you
doesn't. You
wanna
can't
sit-
apply that to us because
Yeah,
the only
not
thing
really,
we
'cause-
can't say is we got FCC regulations, which is government, which is curse words,
Right.
And that's it.
But
and then
No,
and then offending an advertiser, which is money. And this
Right,
falls.
exactly.
And by the way, this kneeling, which a lot of people may or may not understand, falls under the offending of an advertiser because the military paid for that national anthem moment because it's a part of their recruitment marketing that they pay the NFL. Remember, the NFL did not air the national anthem. It was not televised unless it was the Super Bowl or when it became paid for by the military.
Yeah, but Ebro, we live in times that change, and now the NFL is making money, like you said, and advertising. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of things I disagree with you guys with, and if I feel like I don't like what you're saying, I turn you guys off in the morning.
That's right.
And that's what happens with the NFL. I'm starting to turn it off. I don't want to see people kneeling. If you don't.
So wait,
want-
you're not watching a football game, an entire football game, because for 3 minutes before the game, people took a knee?
Yes,
You,
that's
sir.
the reality. When I
You, sir.
disagree
You,
with
sir.
But can I ask you a question?
sir, need
why,
to calm
why to
down.
you? I just want to know, why do you think these players are kneeling?
You know what? I'm going to be real. It doesn't matter.
No. I'm asking you. I'm asking you, why do you
No,
think
he's
these
telling
players
you.
are kneeling?
He's telling you he doesn't care.
Laura, I'm telling you, I'm watching football to see guys play football. If I want to watch Kaepernick on his platform, let him do a press conference. I watch him on video. I watch him on YouTube. I don't want to see him kneeling. I'm watching football for the sport, for the enjoyment.
Right.
If
So
I
why
really
would
don't-
why would the national anthem cause you to turn it off? You're contradicting your first statement because then you could just
No.
tune in after the national
Right.
anthem.
If you're such
Because
a football
sometimes
fan and that's all you care about, then why wouldn't you just watch the rest of the game?
Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't.
Nah, you changing your
Okay.
story. I'm done with you,
All right,
bro.
all right. Because listen, I get it. If
I'm not
if
watching
your
if
whole
they're kneeling.
spiel
Shut
is
up.
just, I just want to watch the game. You can just watch the
Yo,
game.
I'm not watching because y'all blackballed Colin Kaepernick. And I'm not watching because I want to hurt your TV ratings. And I know those contracts are important to you. So that's why I'm not watching. Because this is all about money. This is all about money. Those of you that are passionate and feel like this is about the flag, I hate to break it to you, it ain't. The NFL don't care about the flag. The NFL don't care about them black players. The NFL don't care about nothing but money. Let's go to Ricardo. Ricardo in
going on?
Queens. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Ebro, man?
Talk
Good
to
morning
me.
to all you guys down there, man. Good morning to all you guys down there.
How do you feel about the new NFL rule?
I feel like it's official, man. I feel like they shouldn't be kneeling when they playing the national anthem, man.
Okay.
You know, I feel like there's a time and place for all of that. I feel like they go out there, play hard, and when they get their interviews, they say their piece and use that platform as of another way of instead of kneeling.
Do as you're told when you're on the field. Get your bag and use your own time to have your own platform.
Exactly. And I definitely I respect why they kneeling, but you know, there's a lot of other people too that gave their life as sacrifices for this country, man, under that flag, you know?
So
I
they
feel
should
like they should respect
so they
it.
should stand for them but not kneel for the other people who are just getting killed who are black and poor.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I feel like they should go out there and show their respect all the way around their board. Go out there, play hard, and when they win and they get their interviews, they say their piece, man. And they
Now
use
here's
that
my
platform.
question. Here's my question to you, sir.
Yeah.
Kneeling, people kneel in prayer. People kneel when they propose to their loved ones for marriage. People kneel in a lot of scenarios out of respect. People
Right.
bow and kneel. Why is kneeling during the national anthem out of respect and acknowledgement for other people who have lost their lives due to police brutality? Why is that so disgusting?
Nah, I'm not disgusted by that at all. I feel like you're right. They can kneel, but at least salute at the same time. You know what I mean?
Figure out a happy medium.
Exactly.
But you don't think the kneeling is also a salute, though?
but
Because
salute.
there's some people.
Salute.
Ebro,
Look, I knew
there's
I
some
would get
people
him to
who
switch
just
up
sit
his
down.
story.
There's some people who just sit down and don't even want to acknowledge it, right? There's players who just sit down.
There's some
but
that
if you're
just sit.
kneeling, you're obviously acknowledging it.
There are some. Well, now, look, I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. Either people are going to kneel and take the fine, and it is what's going to be, because the NFL screwed up, and that's why I gave them.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because I'm being told they didn't consult with the players' union before making this new rule, which means the collective bargaining agreement, this wasn't in there unless there's some sort of roundabout way that they got around the collective bargaining agreement to make this rule. But I've heard from players and people in the NFL was like, yo, they should have made that step in making this rule, and that didn't happen. Part two is they made it a conversation again. So there's individuals who have a strong backbone and are willing to get out there and take a knee because now you've made it a conversation again, as Cass One pointed out. It's become a hot button again because you're telling people what to do. And that's what this comes down to, is you have people who want to hold America to a higher standard and hold police to a higher standard, and us to address the racial inequality and the injustice in our country. And so they're taking a knee to create that dialogue during America's game. Which America's game, let's be honest, the irony here, America's game is violence and capitalism. That's our favorite game. A violent capitalistic game is which is a whole other conversation for a whole other time. Joel in Queens.
Well, how you doing, man?
How do you feel about the new NFL rule?
I'm against it. I'm totally against it. I feel like the players should have the right to use that platform to, protest what they feel. I mean, if you look at civil rights, people protest for stuff that they shouldn't have, walkouts from schools, things like that. That's your right to do that. And they're using, like you said, a capitalistic method to control what people feel. I personally is going to stop watching the NFL. I will watch arena football or something because it's just not fair. I mean, they're mainly minorities, so they don't want to make any money. And they feel what the community feels, and they should be able to express that. And if that's kneeling, then let them do it.
Yo, I'm going to tell y'all something. Let's be super clear. The NFL would be nothing without them black players. And the NFL and most of the sports in this country would be nothing without those neighborhoods that those black players come from. So don't ever get that twisted.
That's the truth.
Robert in the BX, you a service member. How do you feel about the new NFL rule?
The new NFL rule, I mean, I'm not too happy with it, but nonetheless, it's still a rule. And rules, you have to abide by the rules.
Some people say rules are made to be broken. I mean, there's always two sides to it, right?
Yeah, it depends on the severity, obviously. I'm not going to go and, start selling, dope or whatever on the street corner, obviously.
Right.
I know I'm going to get locked up.
Right.
But at the end of the day, being a service member and, being a law-abiding citizen myself, I just feel like I understand when there was no rule, then obviously game on.
That's right.
The fact that there is, when the rule comes into play, then that alters things because now you're changing how your employer sees you. Like the same situation happened with, I mean, no one wanted to sign him afterwards. I mean, that was an issue.
Right.
And he's a great player. So at the end of the day, you're going to be affecting yourself as an employee.
Thanks for your phone call. The new NFL rule, and just to be clear, it states that you must stand during the national anthem, or you can stay in the locker room, and if you take a knee, your team will be fined. Cash One, you watching football?
Nah.
Violence and capitalism at its finest, man.
Like I said, I'm going to watch one Jets game.
See who kneels. See
if anybody kneels.
See if they really bout it, and I'm out.
They not. Listen, the Jets fan base will not tolerate this.
No, they will not.
They will not.
That's going to be fun to see.
And if one of y'all really got it like that out there, we going to see.
We going to see.
Because they've drawn a line in the sand, the NFL is. The players, you should either just take a knee and take the fine, or, man, stay in the locker room. Broadcast live on IG. Make it a moment. Get your IG popping. Do it for the likes, baby.